Hello.
Everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. This is my it's my Minecraft vlog, but also just sort of my work vlog. Sort of tell you a little bit about.
What is that zombie doing looking at you?
It's my son's here as well, aren't you? What's your name? Where'd you come from? Being silent. Okay, that's fine. So let's just have a little look at Minecraft. So let's just open it up. So this is a little world I'm preparing, and I've been I've been experimenting.
Hello.
Look at this guy. How do we I think it's getting dark, but you can kind of see. Look at this fella. So I've been experimenting with
I want to look at that guy.
with how to get
Stop on that. Press the plate for me, please.
I'll press that in a second. I'll tell people. Let's just tell everybody what this is. So this is a giant zombie, and he is actually in the vanilla game, but you can't really get hold of him unless you use some special tricks, and you can use. I've done a lot of research, and so I used a couple of things from Seth Bling and a couple other people who make filters for MC Edit, and I used MC Edit to create this giant zombie, and I'll try and link everybody together in the descriptions so you can kind of see where I got all my information from and where I got this. So at the moment I'm designing a map based on the fighting fantasy books, and I'm starting on the first one, and it's called Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Yes, very exciting. So basically, he's just for fun, this giant thing. I just wanted to see if I could do that, and then this guy is one of the characters. So I'm just and he's a goblin. I'm trying to make goblins. So I thought a villager holding a sword with special armor on would be quite good. And I'm working on the bits and pieces. And these are my command blocks. So this is my first go at command blocking. So basically, I've got a pressure plate here attached to a bit of redstone attached to a command block. Inside the command block it says TP at P, which means the nearest player, to these coordinates. Oops. Done. So what happens when you step on it? You go shoomp, and you'll just teleport into here. And I put a little red dot on the floor just to sort of help me test things out, really. So and I've got a big N and a big S, and this is north and south. North and south.
Why?
So basically, because it's a good question why. But so I can work out where I am quickly, and especially when because I'm going to basically build the mountain in this sort of desert area. And basically it's all in caves, so we'll start off with a facade at the front, and there'll be a big mountain here, but it'll basically be the front of something, and then you'll go in, and basically you will teleport and move between different areas, different arenas. What did I do in here? Doesn't seem to be anything in there. Cancel. What was this one? Oh, that was to stop mob spawning. So I stop mob spawning apart from the mobs that I put in. Otherwise, we'll be surrounded by creepers and all sorts of nonsense around here. So that's that bit. So that's Minecraft. In the background, I've done some today I'm working. It's just after Christmas. I'm working on some animations. These are some animation I'm working on. What do you think? So this is all about eating too much. This is for some work I'm doing on the west coast of Cumbria, and these are drawings by young people, and I've just put them together, and I've cut them all out and animated them. So the young people have done these drawings and a storyboard, given me the drawings and the storyboard, and I'm starting to put these together. So it's really about what happens when you do too much shopping and you waste your food because you don't eat it. So it's very kind of this bit that
Yeah.
it's a bit of meat, like a pork chop, I think. So
How's he putting him without his hands?
He's carrying on my shopping home. Hard work. Okay, hi everybody. I just want to share with you the cool thing that is CraftStudio, And
Get him.
my latest obsession. Do you want to see this guy? It's just oh, 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 oh,
The next one goes.
yeah.
Right.
Oh god, we could do that for hours. Let's just dive right in. Now, I promised Django we're going to make... Django's just watching some Minecraft, so if you can hear a bit of Minecraft in the background, he's just watching Cupquake. And so let's just open this up, make it big. So I'm going to just show you very quickly some building techniques, some building stuff that you can do with CraftStudio. So I promised Django we're going to build a dinosaur. Okay, cool. So I'm going to add a new model. We're going to call it, what kind of dinosaur? Which one do you want?
All three.
All three?
Yeah.
What
For
kind?
my dinosaur.
Like a raptor. Should we make a raptor? Raptor. Create. Okay, so so what you need to do is, here it all is. We've got a community hub and kind of a project. There's my project down there, and these are different people's projects. We've got a raptor tab that started up, and we're going to need to add a first block. And we're going to call this head. Should we call it head? Head top. Create. And if I hold down the middle mouse button, I can rotate around this object. Ooh, and I can zoom in and out using the scroll wheel on top of my mouse. So you really need I mean, I'm using a Mac at the moment, but I also run this on my PC through Boot Camp because there's some interesting anomalies on the Mac version. And but I use a kind of a little Logitech mouse with a proper kind of scroll wheel and right and left click. My Mac Magic Mouse is just too darn difficult to even navigate around this stuff with that. So here's our first cube. Okay, so there's a cube, and we can move this cube about in space, and we see when we move it around in space, its position moves around here. Now I'm going to just zero these things manually. Let's move it back up, and let's move it up a little bit because I'm going to make this is going to be this dinosaur's head. So what we can do, we've got these little tools at the top here. So what's this? Block size. So this way we can actually change the shape of the block as well. I think I'll put that there. Okay. So I'm going to make a raptor's sort of front jaw, isn't it? Head, top, front. Maybe I'll change that. Let's add another block then. So we'll call this skull. Okay, cool. And we'll just move that into position. So you see how easy it is to change the shapes of these things. So they're really, you literally grab hold of these points, and you can expand it. So let's just go through it. So we've got position, orientation. So we can literally move that back a bit and move this one maybe forward a bit. Okay, and I can I'm gonna make the head top become a child of the skull. So the skull, if I select the skull, and the head top is now kind of a child of the skull. Not a real child, Django. It's a funny language, but Django's just looking at me like, what are you talking about, child? But what it means is that it's a form of hierarchy, and I can move them all together, okay, which is useful when we come to animating this this guy later on. So let's just put that back at 0, okay, and take a look around there. So there we go. Looks like it's going to become a kangaroo. One of the things I did see earlier on today was I saw someone using some reference material, which is really amazing. They actually put a reference picture in the back there, and then they were able to sculpt around it. And I might do that. But I'm just going to start, making the skull and other bits and pieces, and then I'll get on with it off camera, and you can and then you'll see what I get up to later on. So what else? We've got pivot offset. Now this is useful again for animation. And what we've got here, we could, oh I see, you can move it like there. And then it offsets on that angle. Do you see what I mean? So that's what pivot offset does. Have we got an undo? No. But anyway, there are lots of let's offset that back again. There are lots of tutorials out there that are pretty amazing. There we go. They can kind of show you how kind of all this stuff's done. And all I've done is I've learned all this stuff off YouTube videos and stuff. So that's where it all comes from. Let's put some. I saw a really good one the other day of someone making some eyes as well, which is really amazing. Talking of eyes, let's eye. And there we go. Look, it's on the other side. Ha ha. Now, that all looks pretty sweet, and I might put some sort of, some frills on the top. But down here, let's close this a little bit and open this up a bit and zoom in to this thing down here. Now, this is the texture map down here, and it looks a bit odd. So let's just, So let's just, and all these red outlines really represent the outlines of these objects here. So I'm gonna, my texture size at the moment is 64. I'm gonna put it to the largest, and I may shrink it down later on. Okay, cool. So I'm using my middle mouse to move this about, and then I'm gonna grab my skull. So over here, select the skull, and that selects the pink skull over here, and I can move that over here. And then the head top is here. And then these are the two eyes. Now, let's click on the skull. Now, I can then paint, so we're going to use this one here to paint with. And I'll grab a kind of dinosaur green. This is the brush size, so I'll make a quite big brush. And I'm going to paint it on. As you see, as I'm painting it live on the left hand side, on the right hand side it's being covered in. Okay. And let's paint around this area as well. Be quite messy. There we go. Not bad, eh? Okay, so there you go. That's CraftStudio in a kind of a super nutshell. One of the great other things is Christmas was very good to me. So I played loads and loads of games. One of the games I played was this great game called CraftStudio, and it's perfect for me. It's like, so you build. Here's a character, and you see I'm building. He's sitting on a little chair, and you build a car around him. So you use these points, and you kind of stick them all together. There we go. Two edges. Gonna need some wheels. Let's put some wheels on, and you can move them around with your left mouse. There we go. Put a couple of wheels on, and you've got shock absorbers, and you've got also braces as well. So there's a simple car, and you attach a rocket. That's how you propel your car forwards, and you press go, and there's these different stages. The first stage is like move 10 feet. It's pretty easy, but I reduce my rocket power so it's very small, and press go, and then the rocket goes off. The guy's jiggling about. So it's a lovely physics and lovely simple kind of gameplay. Oh, squished under the wheel. Nice. Oh, but I succeeded because I moved 10 feet. It's also got a sandbox, so you can kind of create your own tracks and stuff like that. So here's me just playing around with just a really simple track, and I get to modify my car as well. You get to save your car and you can import things, and by the look of it, this is in alpha. You can make friends and also import friends' cars and friends' vehicles and stuff like that as well. By the look of things, I haven't been able to do it yet because I haven't got any friends. So there we go. Too powerful. So you can go back and modify a little bit. Put braces on it so it's not going to snap and destroy itself. But you know, this kind of gameplay is I'm delighted with, because it's about modifying things, testing things out, trying different stuff. So there's tons of learning, and I see this as a kind of a game that I'll play in schools and all sorts of stuff, because it demonstrates so much and also offers great problem-solving possibilities as well. And it's just so much fun. And it's like, are you learning? Well, you are learning tons, but nobody really knows it. So the other game that I got for Christmas, what was this game called? Cubed? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it's just a really intriguing, marvelous puzzle game where you have to kind of. I'm finding it quite easy, but I love it. I love it to pieces. It's really sort of soothing and does get your brain working a little bit, kind of puzzling. And it's great to play with Django as well. So I play with him, and we kind of try and work these puzzles out. And I like it because it's in 3D, and I think that's really a smart puzzle kind of a game. So these are my games as well. I've got another one coming up. And my last game was Get the Pants, which is a really lovely, cheeky little game. Graphic style was insane and brilliant, so I just love it. It's really kind of, it's like almost like Byroad but in 3D. And I'm not going to show you the game, the kind of gameplay, but basically to get you going on it, you get to do a test level right at the beginning. And the reason I like it so much, and the reason why it's connected to CraftStudio, the reason why it's connected to Cube, is because it's got this kind of, you change your environment to play the game. Okay, so with CraftStudio you build it, with Cube you change the environment to solve puzzles, and with this one you've got a cutting laser and you've got this kind of grapple hook, and you can literally cut blocks down, as I'm doing there, and change the environment. That is how you play the game. That's how you solve the puzzles. Very similar to Minecraft, very similar to CraftStudio. All these kind of things are coming together, and it's what I really I'm getting a big kick out of. So it's like user-generated things to play with, so that's what I'm doing. So if you, I'm trying to put all the links in for all these different things into the either within the video or even at the bottom of the video description. So stay tuned. And remember my Minecraft library project as well. Still want people to send me books and stuff like that in, so do keep sending me books in, and have a great new year, everybody. Thanks for listening. Ta-da now. Bye bye.